All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
This is the brothers from GMS New Orleans coming back at you with another quick lesson. As always, we give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh.
Awal Bahasham
Yahushua,
Yahushai
Bashim,
Bahasham
Rakakadash.
Rakakwadash.
Once again, double honors to the elders apostles of GMS. Peace, blessings, and salutations once again to those select. All right. Opening up with this lesson, it's kind of going to the things that come over here in America, seeing that you got rolling blackouts going on over there in Spain and Portugal. Right, and just looking at things that's going on and take place in over there, and people in total chaos. It's the same thing's getting ready to happen over here in America. All right, because those places like that in those different countries are nothing. They're nothing more than test runs. All right, for what's finna happen over here, and what's finna happen over here, it's the same thing. All right, blackouts for days, months, maybe even whole year. All right, it was gonna bring forth nothing but uh anarchy, mayhem, and great debt, man. Right? People gonna die in droves. You got you got people that have insulin, pacemakers, all those little different things. As far as they help, they're gonna perish away, man. But I'm gonna get the brother get into the article too, and then get in some a couple of scriptures and we'll be out.
Khan, you mind if I bring out some information real quick?
Yeah, that's cool.
Just to back up what the brother was saying, a grid down blackout situation in America, which is coming and will cause, social, anarchy, social disruptions, and mass levels of death. Because, the majority of the people well, you damn near say everybody in this country relies on this, grid system and electricity. They've been taken out of, that self-sufficient lifestyle that people had in what the 30s and the 40s and everything, and are completely dependent upon this grid, which is exactly how Esau wants it, because he's going to bring the chaos. So what? He can bring that order, getting everybody onto his new grid with that C-hip in you. But this is some information. I put it in Google. How many Americans would die in a blackout? And it says a large blackout, particularly one caused by a geomagnetic disturbance or electromagnetic pulse, EMP, could lead to a significant number of deaths, potentially reaching 90% of the US population. Factors like social disruption, lack of access to water and food, and the breakdown of healthcare systems would contribute to the high mortality rate.
Yeah, man, and that's a lot of people. That's a lot of men, women, and children, old and young. Right? Because the bulk of you Americans over here in America, you have bad health. All right, a lot of you are obese, morbidly obese. All right, a lot of you have all type of underlying health issues. So you through, man. All right, a lot of these like down here, we still have a system that goes back to World War II that pumps and deals with the water, man. All right, if that go down, we didn't seen it happen here. It go down, it's flooded, or it just you gotta boil your water, all right, because the water is contaminated, all right. So a lot of you people, when they do, when they Esau really rolls this thing out, all right, you're done. A lot of you ain't gonna know how to manage yourselves as far as food, water, or where to go. A lot of you jakes out there, you're not even in a sense of understanding that Eve's plan is to have a rolling blackout and to collapse the infrastructure of this place, man. Excuse me. Whew.
And really, just like during Katrina, you're going
Excuse me.
you're going to be looking to Esau for help. You're going to be calling on FEMA.
All right, and they ain't gonna come. All right, FEMA's not coming this time. All right, the Red Cross is not coming, and nobody else, man. None of your gods, your idols, the people you these deities and shit that you worship. Nobody's coming to help, man. You're gonna have to deal with the hardships and the pains and the torments of what's finna come, man. All right, debt is at your door. All right, these rolling blackouts is at your door, and we bring this out because it's still happening over there in Portugal and in Spain, man. You got people just wandering around with their cell phones. It's just pitch black, and we know what happens when it gets pitch black. All the goons and goblins, All right, the Fleece Johnsons come out too, man. That's what you gotta look for. The Jack Boys, the those who like to break in houses and shit. All this is gonna happen over here in America. Cause like I said, you think a lot of you Jakes out there, you think that could never happen here in America. The things you see that go on in other places can never happen over here. But it's going to happen. Go ahead.
And just to back you up real quick, Trump was talking about cutting funding to FEMA in certain states, saying, the state government, should really pay for their own, funding for natural disasters, which particular places get, like Louisiana, Florida, the Gulf Coast, get harder hit than others. So that would just completely further, wreck these already fragile, government state budgets out here. But this is an article from Reuters.com. Power begins to return after huge outage hits Spain and Portugal.
Okay, so they didn't return by now. I mean, how long ago that was?
So updated about a day ago.
About a day ago. Okay.
Power started to return to parts of the Iberian Peninsula late on Monday after a huge outage, which they're saying is the biggest outage that's ever happened in that area. After a huge outage brought most of Spain and Portugal to a standstill, grounding planes, halting public transport, and forcing hospitals to suspend routine operations.
See, and that's a part of. All right, that's a part of what's to come. All right, and what the Lord's plan is. The Lord is really, putting the spirit on either to cause these. That shit didn't just happen out of nowhere. All right. One thing we always bring out down here. One thing about the so-called white man, he's analytical. He does tests. He does all type of experiments to see how you people gonna react. All right, and what would be your initial reaction when something like that happens, man? All right, but you're not aware of that. But I got some real fast. Unless you want to get it from the net. You still got more in that?
No, that was it. I was just gonna say too. It said even France had some brief power outages as well, besides Spain and Portugal. But this is Second Chronicles 15:5. And in those times there was no peace to him that went out, nor to him that came in, but great vexation were upon all the inhabitants of the countries.
Right, and and these times are coming back again, man. All right, the people in Spain and Portugal, they experiencing that great vexation. All right, it's gonna come a time where you Americans, all right, you people here in Babylon the Great, you're gonna feel that vexation, all right, of outages, all right, great debt. We can't forget famine, all right. You're not gonna be able to go because we're in front of a particular known store down here, and you see the people going and coming in, making getting little bags of groceries or whatever they're going there to get. This shit gonna be closed, man. It's gonna be shut off. All right, all this shit's getting ready to get cut off. All right, go to 6.
Second Chronicles 15:6. And nation was destroyed of nation, and city of city, for the Most High did vex them with all adversity.
Right, and the Lord's gonna vex this place with all adversity, man. Because this place is done. All right, all right. The daily hustle and bustle, that shit done got tighter and tighter, man. All right. We down here in the south, we finna come up on the time that they call it hurricane season. So we can easily experience days and months at a time of straight outages, flooding, And then, like I say, and to be honest with you, we hope the Lord do it, man.
God.
We hope the Lord jack this place up. Then we talking about New Orleans, the whole Gulf South region, man. All right. We ask the Lord to visit this place, do these things the very things that we're speaking on, to do them over here. All right. Let the things, let these scriptures speak. All right. If you don't have them, go to Isaiah 8 and 21 and 22.
God. This is Isaiah 8 and 21. And they shall pass through it, hardly bestead and hungry, And it shall come to pass that when they shall be hungry, they shall fret themselves and curse their king and their power and look upward.
Yeah, that's gonna come over here to the Americas, man. Because when these things happen, the grid going down, lights and power out for weeks, months at a time, these people are gonna mount up and they're gonna fret against their kings and rulers, man. Those who are in charge. Whether that be the chief of police, whether that be the mayors, you know, different representatives for certain counties and certain parishes, the people gonna mount up against them, man. All right, for hunger, for thirst, right, for answers. You're not gonna find answers. The only answers they have right now is the men of the Lord giving you these scriptures of the Bible, man. You greatly annoy, man. So in those times, ain't nobody gonna be teaching you the scriptures, and ain't nobody gonna be telling you, well, this mean this is happening right here in the time of prophecy. No, it's gonna be it, man.
And Isaiah 24 it says, the city of confusion is broken down, and every house in the streets is, shut up. And we know there's an economic turmoil coming to this country, which is going to shut down a lot of businesses. But what if a grid down situation were to take place? That automatically shuts down everything out here. And then further down, it says there's a crying for wine in the streets, just backing up what the elder brother was saying. People are going to be looking for answers, but the only answers that you could find is from the prophets. But by that time, for the majority of you, it's going to be too late. This is the grace period you're in right now, where these video epistles are going out online, and you can find the men of the Lord on the highways and byways.
Yeah, this is it, man. All right, this is ultimately this is it. Ain't gonna be nowhere to run to, nowhere to hide. These things are gonna happen, and they're gonna happen on the shores of America over here. You're gonna see people bug out. All right, go ahead. I think that 22.
Verse 22, and they shall look unto the earth, and behold, trouble and darkness, dimness of anguish, and they shall be driven to darkness.
One more time. This don't make no sense, man.
It's Isaiah 8 and 22. And they shall look unto the earth, and behold, trouble and darkness.
Yeah, trouble and darkness. Is not that what they're experiencing at a particular time in Spain and Portugal? Trouble and darkness, man. All right, and that trouble and darkness is set to come here too. You know what happened in these major cities? I think you know what happened if it's pitch dark. I've been there before and experienced a hurricane like in Houston. People gonna lose it, man. What's New York? Just imagine the lights EMP hits in New York, and how wild them Jakes is over there, man. Them nations it'll be crazy. All right, keep going out.
And they shall look unto the earth, and behold, trouble and darkness, dimness of anguish, and they shall be driven to darkness.
Yeah, man, is it? You're gonna be through. You're gonna have nowhere, no answers, nothing. All right, because ultimately, too, when the prophets was on the highways and byways preaching and teaching, putting up these videos, signing, crying on the highways and byways, you laugh. You had other things to do in life. All right, getting a degree. All right, trying to become the next rapper. All right, what's some other things they tend to love to do over there?
Getting into sports.
Yeah,
going to college to get that degree, all the folly that our people, all these Americans, but especially our people, are consumed in. And we're coming into the summer, and Jake is looking to have a hot boy and a hot girl summer.
On the beach with the new boo thing, whatever. You know how Jake is, man. Jake get into some shit, right? So there's gonna be no room for none of that, man. It's gonna be it. I tried Ezekiel 7 and 25.
I was in Ezekiel 7 and 15.
Yeah, when you get finished, with your jump down to 25 and 26.
This is Ezekiel 7. I'll start at verse 15. The sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him.
Ooh,
So,
who wants to speak on that?
so as I said, the sword is without, and the pestilence and famine within. He that is in the field shall die by the sword. And the field can go into what people leaving these cities due to what? Total collapse, grid down situation, and going into these rural areas, and what? People fighting each other in there, and people running into these uh rural communities, which they're usually what, prepped and armed, getting into fights with them.
Yeah, they're more aware. People on the countryside, man, what you call the country or rural area, they're more aware of things going on than you people in the city. You people in the city, they have made these cities for you to run this rat race. Work, go home, work, go home. You have no chance to think. You have no time to think. All right. You have jobs, you have kids,
Multiple jobs.
multiple things coming at you all at one time. So you don't have a chance or time to see what the elites are planning, man. How they plan on ultimately destroying your ass, man. Go ahead.
In all these movies they show you, whenever there's a collapse or something like that, where do people go? They go to out of town into these rural communities. They showed you that in Leave the World Behind. They were mainly in a rural area. And then they had another movie called like Blackout, where it was around New York, and the grid went down and people started going into the rural communities, and what? Chaos ensued. And he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. And grid down situation can lead to both of those things. As it said back in that statistic where it said 90% of people will die, the healthcare system will get shut down. So what? People wouldn't be getting being able to go to the hospitals, get medication. The garbage men wouldn't be coming around, so you'd have all that garbage piling up, and then dead bodies filled with diseases, and then famines.
Hey, because we always a lot of time for reference purposes and to give you a visual of things, you can look into the movie Contagions. Contagion showed you that, man. How it got so bad to what trash was everywhere. In most cases, the towns was like ghost towns. People were scared to come outside. People houses were getting raided with home invasions and shit. You know, that's what And like I say, if you really was to get into the actual news or eyewitness accounts from people in Spain and Portugal, they probably had some, they probably had some shit going on.
Mm-hmm. Said, famines shall devour them. Power goes out. These stores shut down. People are gonna, go panic buy or just take the shit. It happened during Katrina. And then once that happens, what? People, second Esdras 15 and 19, a man having no pity upon his neighbor, but spoiling their houses due to the lack of bread.
Yeah, because I'm already seeing a lot of you end of man, a lot of you men, a lot of you older people, you living in your cars now. You seeing this society, at a particular pace at the break of no is that a break of no return? People losing it, man. So imagine when the lights go off, man.
Mm-hmm.
Where
I'm gonna jump to verse 17 to 18. All hands shall be feeble, all knees shall be weak as water.
yeah, I talk about that. I talk about y'all having them Bambi knees, man. All right, when all these things come to pass, all that pride that you have now and all those big hopes and dreams get shattered from what your eyes finna behold, man. Cause it's gonna be no games out here, man. It's gonna be no game when like I said, when the Lord really does his thing, all right, and really push the green light, all right, for all these things to come, there ain't gonna be no games being played out here, man. A lot of you out there that you wanna play double dutch with the troop, jump in, jump out the rope. A lot of you, it's gonna be too late for you. Some of you right there, it's already too late for you, man. All right? Go ahead.
If I can say, too, probably about a week or so before these blackouts happened in Spain and Madrid, Spain and Portugal, and you've been hearing, more talks about it. I don't. I'm not gonna put too much, significance on it, but I did have a dream where I was around, a brother and his family, and there was something happening to where we had to leave the house we were at, and everybody had the book sacks on, and then we were outside in pretty much, the neighborhood where I stay at, and it was a group of people all had the book sack, like what you would see in a movie after the collapse or chaos where everybody's running around with book sacks, and then the dream ended with like power transformers and people that had cell phones, they started sparking and things were going out, and I was next to another brother, and I just remember the dream saying, "This is it, this is it, this is it," and then it just went pitch black. I'm talking about you couldn't see anything. It reminded me in Wisdom of Solomon, where it was talking about that darkness in Egypt, where you could feel the darkness on you like clothing, and the only thing that I knew the brothers and his family was next to me, but you heard whimpering and cowering, and that's the only thing you could hear to move around. It was that dark.
Hey, this is the last one I have, but it goes exactly what you're saying. We can end it out on that, but this is what you were saying.
Kind.
This is Jeremiah 13:16. It says, "Give glory unto the Lord your power before he caused darkness, and before your feet feeble unto the dark mountains, and while ye look for light, he turned it unto the shadow of death, and make gross darkness."
Hey, shit, I had to pull it up. As I said, give glory to Yahweh your power before he caused darkness, and before your feet stumble upon the dark mountains. On the one hand, that can be that spiritual darkness to where this word is no longer out here. And then what? That actual physical darkness to where your feet stumble upon the dark mountains. These different governments in their cities going dark, and you're literally, I don't know what to do. You're spiritually dark and you're in a physically dark situation. And while ye look for light, he turn it into the shadow of death and make it gross darkness. You through out here. You got no spiritual help and you got no physical help out here. You're going to be completely exposed
It's
to the
consumed.
elements. Con.
You can just be consumed, man. All right, you open. All right, but we can go back to that one. And like I said, I think it was 25,
Con.
26. That's it.
Con. I reread 17, Ezekiel 7 and 17. All hands shall be feeble, and all knees shall be weak as water. They shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror shall cover them,
Man,
and shame shall be upon all faces, and baldness upon all their heads. People in a state of mourning because they are just through out here. That cushy job is gone. That cushy apartment with the electricity and Netflix is gone.
the bank account's gone, man.
Mhm.
Money's gonna flow in the air. It's gonna be blowing in the wind in the streets, man. All the glory days of the American dream is gonna be turned into a nightmare. All right. The White House, the picket fence, the dog, the woman, the children.
You
Yeah, it's gonna be done. All right. It's gonna be done. Go ahead.
kind of jump down to 25. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none.
Yeah. When this thing go down out here, a lot of people gonna be seeking peace, and there ain't gonna be none, man. This is gonna be raw and uncut, right? The Lord's gonna bring a lot of you, and especially you scoffers and scorners out there. He's gonna bring you down to your knees, man.
Oh, I got you.
All right, the Lord's gonna mock you, man. In the times, the end of you, man. Okay, and it's gonna be known. Go ahead.
Take it out on Ezekiel 2 and
You
12.
got 26 in the last one too.
26 kind.
They hit that 26.
Ezekiel 7:26. Mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor. Then shall they seek a vision of the prophet, but the law shall perish from the priest and counsel from the ancients.
Yeah, man. So what I want to see, any what say it again?
Mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor. Then shall they seek a vision of the prophet, but the law shall perish from the priest and counsel from the ancient.
Yeah, so there ain't gonna be no time for talking. Ain't gonna be no time for breakdowns. Ain't gonna be no time for getting these lessons, man. Because guess what? When the lights go off, YouTube go off too, man. All right? The kill switch. And we've been talking about that too. Esau's finna hit the kill switch on his internet as a whole because his truth has become a wildfire, and all him, his plans, and the things that he's been doing over a long list of time have been exposed. All right. So he wants to kill the internet too. All right. We went in the past and went into Project Zypher. Project Zypher is a program centered around cutting off the lights and snatching a lot of people that's in the know, to know the truth. What they call them, like the Alex Jones of the world.
Truthers.
Yeah, the Dabu 77s of the world. They want to snatch them up, man, and to never be seen no more. All right. But go ahead, you finish it out on the one you got. We get out of here.
Just to back up what you were saying, all you scoffers, all you people that didn't take this didn't take the truth seriously and spent this time of liberty bullshitting, hey, you're gonna be brought down to, you're gonna be brought to a piece of bread. You're gonna be brought down to your knees by Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. This is Isaiah chapter 2, verse 11. The lofty looks of man shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of men shall be bowed down, and Yahweh alone shall be exalted in that day. For the day of Yahweh of hosts shall be upon everyone that is proud and lofty, and upon everyone that is lifted up, he shall be brought low.
Ooh, that's it. Ain't gonna be brought low, man. All that pride is gonna be out the window. That's on time right there.
Hey, your favorite one is Sirach.
Oh,
An
yeah.
hour of misery takes away damn near a lifetime of pleasure.
Yeah, man. That's it. Yeah, so with this, man, we hope it's edifying to the point. As always, we'll end it by giving infinite honors and praise to you. Once again, double honors to the elders apostles, chief, and peace and blessings, salutations once again to the hopefully elect. Shalom.
Shalom.